Neil, great to meet you.
Nice meeting you, Serena.
Neil, you called this a euphoric sci-fi thriller. Please explain.
Well, I think it's a sci-fi thriller that's really intense, but then these young people have this awakening that is just, you know, wild and with this real abandon, and they are going through this euphoric feeling, and so I think that's what that's about.
They're going through this wild awakening, and I was watching this going, how did this even enter Neil's head? How do you come up with something like this?
Well, it's a wild place in there. So it's I came up with it because I was interested in the themes of human nature and confined and in a vacuum and who we are at our core and what happens when if we've been kind of repressed, how we react when we get a little bit of control in our lives, and what we do with that, how we run with that.
And this couldn't be more apt to what we're going through right now. But you wrote this pre-COVID.
Yeah, I wrote it a long time ago, actually, and it's crazy how it's suddenly about, there's images in the beginning of the movie of people in hazmat suits that are trying to protect the young people from spreading germs and things like that, and then suddenly, yeah, we have what's going on with all the rest of us, and ideas of confinement and isolation and lockdown, and it's all in the movie.
What was it like filming this? Because I heard that the sets were quite confined and it was quite claustrophobic. So, what are some of the challenges that come with that?
Well, it was deliberate to make all the sets very claustrophobic. And, I had this idea that I wanted the cameraman to be shoulder to shoulder with the actor,
Oh,
just
God.
right on top of them, to create this intense sense of claustrophobia for the cast. And on the other hand, I created these really long hallways, these sort of endless corridors, to give a sort of a cinematic sense of movement at the same time, yet still in this kind of confined, narrow way.
What are you hoping that audiences take from this?
Well, I hope the audiences walk away having had an intense and riveting cinematic experience, and also that they walk away thinking about some of the ideas and some of the questions in the movie about who we are at our core as human nature. Who are we when we strip away everything? Are we good? Are we animals? Are we moral at our core?
Well, the question that kept coming up time and time again is why be good if we're going to die anyway? How do you answer it after having done this?
Well, you do. You're good because you are. You care about your fellow man. But it's always it's always a question in society about how much people do for themselves versus doing for others.